Hello, everyone. Women are never satisfied. Even when they get everything that they ask for, they still find a way to complain. There is a hilarious op ed from the New York Times that has been making the rounds on social media lately. The author, Rachel Drucker, a 54-year-old divorced woman, laments her current dating situation. Rather than raging at her stupidity like a lot of people have been lately, I instead want to laugh at it and clown her for making some really, really poor life decisions. Let's get started with the fun. Men, where have you gone? Please come back. So many men have retreated from intimacy, hiding behind firewalls, filters, and curated personas, dabbling in scrolling. We miss you. Oh my goodness. Honestly, this makes me laugh so damn much. I honestly don't know if Rachel is just trolling us with this whole crazy article. If so, she clearly did a job well. I suspect, however, that she is 100% serious with this headline. What possible reason could there be for why men are no longer giving women attention? Men aren't always the brightest when it comes to relationship stuff. I know that personally because I've done a lot of stupid shit. And trust me, I have plenty of stories for you all to laugh at, or maybe to cringe at instead. Either way, even those of us who are a bit slow have realized that putting effort into modern women is like throwing money into a pit. There are far better things for us to do with our money, and certainly far better ways that we can waste our money than throwing it at women. She's on a date with a guy, and she acts shocked that he's the only man there. What I saw unfolding around us felt like something else entirely, a collective shift that I couldn't unsee. Oi. She feigns ignorance, but we can all see through the veil. She uses flowery language and she acts like some kind of supernatural force is at work. Sorry, Rachel, but this is not the work of Ghost, Little Green Men, or the Loch Ness Monster. This is the work of you and your fellow women. This is exactly what you wanted. You wanted to be left alone. You didn't want men approaching you in public. You didn't want men taking their shot. You didn't want to give your number out. Unless, of course, he was hot. If he had a good head of hair, which I don't, abs, and a big sausage, then you were absolutely fine with letting him completely rearrange your guts. Only two tables nearby seemed to hold actual dates. The rest were groups of women, or women alone, each one occupying her space with quiet confidence. No shrinking, no waiting, no apologizing. Oh, so is this how leftover women try to justify their situation? They're not lonely, but rather quiet confidence? Please stop telling yourself that. Many of these women have probably been run through more times than the stop sign on a country road. The amount of cope here, it's just hilarious. In Rachel's case, she's a washed up 54-year-old woman that has nothing to offer any man whatsoever. Now, however, she's grasping at straws because she can't accept that she is the cause of her own situation. The delusion, the delusion is very, very strong with this one. I guarantee you of that. I spent over a decade behind the curtain of digital desire. As custodian of records for Playboy and its affiliated hardcore properties, including sites like Spice TV, I was responsible for some of the most infringed upon adult content in the world. I worked closely with copyright attorneys and marketing teams to understand exactly what it took to get a man to pay for content he could easily find for free. Ah, no wonder her views on men are so twisted. She was a digital pimp. She wasn't the one finding the girls, but she was the one finding the men who were willing to pay for access to these girls. Can you imagine mom and dad at the community picnic when someone asked them, "What does your daughter do?" That would be fun. But I wonder if it's worse to be a journalist. These days, being a pimp or even a digital pimp might be more respected, honestly. What struck me most wasn't the extremity of the content, it was the emotional vacancy behind it, the drift, the way many men had quietly withdrawn from intimacy and vulnerability. Not with violence or resistance, but with indifference. Geez, let's review two options. Option one: spend hundreds of dollars on a woman just to get her attention, with absolutely no guarantee that she will be appreciative of the effort or that you'll get anything out of it. Option two: hop on the internet, go to a website, spend 10 minutes, whipping one out, and then go on with your life. Which one would most men choose? I know, hard decision there, right? Hard indeed. But what's even crazier is she spent an entire decade marketing this content to men. And then she's fuming because men choose it as an alternative to women? This is her reward for her success. In short, she's making herself irrelevant. Or in this case, she's already made herself irrelevant. I'm 54. I've been dating since the mid 80s, been married, been a mother, gotten divorced, had many relationships, long and short. I remember when part of heterosexual male culture involved showing up with a woman to signal something: status, success, desirability. Women were once signifiers of value, even to other men. It wasn't always healthy, but it meant that men had to show up and put in some effort. Do my eyes deceive me, or is Rachel actually longing for women to be nothing more than a prize for men? What would her fellow feminists think of that? Oh my goodness. Women now are strong, brave, stunning, and can do everything that a man can do. How dare she expect that women should go back to just being eye candy for successful men? Oh, the horror. The good news is, at least for her, that she is well past the point of being eye candy anyways. So she doesn't have to worry about objectifying herself. She's only going to be objectifying other women, particularly younger ones, with that statement. But here's what's real. We never needed you to be perfect. We needed you to be with us. Not above, not muted, not masked, just with. Wow, wow. Rachel, Rachel, Rachel. You know that this isn't true at all. Statistics say that you likely initiated your divorce. What is it, 70% of women initiate them? So, what was your reason for doing so? Was it because your ex-husband wasn't perfect? Did he put the toilet paper on the roll underhanded versus overhanded? Did you injure your back picking up a pair of his underwear that he accidentally left on the floor one evening? All truth, maybe he did something legitimately bad to you. But likely, that isn't anything of the sort. In the end, however, you lost. You're like the gambler who couldn't quit when he was ahead, or she was ahead, and now she lost it all. Have you seen some of those videos where poker players lose on the final card, the river card, and they just blow their top? Not only are they really funny to watch, but it really reflects your situation. You lost, and now you're trying to desperately attempt to make yourself relevant again. And honestly, nobody's interested. While I could easily spend another 20 minutes dunking on Rachel, I think I'll stop here. Instead of making a fool of herself, she could have addressed her own gender. Better yet, she could have addressed her own behavior. But we all know that women, they have this magic bubble that's around them, and that bubble does not let any accountability through whatsoever. I really wish that there was some way to take that bubble and be able to sell it to men, make millions of dollars. And better yet, I would love to be able to avoid accountability, go to work, do whatever I want, but I'm not responsible for anything I do. Alas, it is what it is. Instead, what we can do is like Nelson from The Simpsons. If you've watched that TV show, we can point at Rachel, and you know what we can tell her? Ha ha! If you like the content I've provided here today, please subscribe to the channel so you can get updates when I put my next video out. Please like and share this content with others. It'll be that word of mouth that will help this channel to grow. Please check out the other content on my channel, and I will see you all in a future video. Take care.